Listen carefully. If you are here right now, this is not random. That dua you stopped making, the one you quietly buried in your heart, Allah accepted it today. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, today. Pause for a second, because what you are about to hear may completely change how you see delay, silence, and unanswered prayers for the rest of your life. There was a time you asked Allah with certainty. Your hands were raised, your heart was present, your tears were sincere, and then nothing happened. Days passed, months passed, maybe years. You didn't say it out loud, but deep inside you thought, maybe this dua isn't meant for me, so you stopped asking. Not because you stopped believing in Allah, but because believing started to hurt. Here is the uncomfortable truth most people never tell you. Giving up on a dua does not mean Allah rejected it. It often means the test has just entered its most critical phase. And here is the part that should shake you a little. What if the moment you stopped asking was the exact moment Allah had already said yes? Think about that. We assume silence means absence, but with Allah, silence often means preparation. Let me ask you something. Be honest. If Allah answered every dua immediately, would you ever learn patience, trust, or surrender? Or would you just treat Allah like a vending machine? This is where most people misunderstand dua. And this misunderstanding is why many walk away too early. Stay with me, because what comes next may explain a delay you have been carrying for years. Allah does not operate on urgency. Allah operates on precision. When Allah delays, it is never because He forgot. It is because timing itself is part of the mercy. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us that a believer's dua is always answered, either immediately or delayed for something better, or saved to protect us from a harm we never saw coming. Now pause here. What if the dua you gave up on was dangerous for the version of you that existed back then? What if Allah delayed it until your heart could handle it, your character could sustain it, and your faith could protect it? Here is something that may make you uncomfortable. Many duas are not rejected. They are postponed until arrogance leaves, until reliance on people breaks, until attachment to outcomes fades. Allah sometimes waits until the dua no longer controls you before He grants it. And this is where fear should enter your heart, in a healthy way, because the real loss is not delay. The real loss is giving up just before acceptance. You may not realize this, but angels continue to record every dua, even the ones you stopped repeating. Yes, even that one. You thought you moved on. But Allah did not, and something is unfolding right now. But before we go there, let me interrupt your thoughts for a moment. Quick question. If Allah never answers you again in the way you expect, would He still be worthy of your worship? Sit with that, because the answer to that question determines everything that comes next. Here is the secret few people talk about. Acceptance does not always arrive with fireworks. Sometimes it arrives quietly, as a shift in perspective, a closed door, a sudden calm, or a strength you did not have before. Allah may accept your dua by changing you, before changing your situation, and that is often the greatest acceptance of all. You see, when Allah accepts a dua after delay, He gives it with protection. Protection from regret, protection from misuse, protection from harm. That is why some blessings come late, but stay forever. Right now, you may feel nothing has changed, but in the unseen, matters are moving, and this is urgent, because many people stop praying right before Allah replaces desperation with certainty. You may have noticed something recently. You are calmer, more reflective, less desperate. That is not coincidence. That is preparation. Allah does not give heavy gifts to weak foundations. And here is the cliffhanger you need to hear. Sometimes Allah answers a dua by removing the desire for it, because what He has planned is far greater. So ask yourself, what if the acceptance has already begun, but you are waiting for it to look the way you imagined? Stay with me, because how you respond now determines what happens next. This is the moment of choice. You can either return to Allah with renewed trust or walk away assuming silence means rejection. One of these leads to peace, the other leads to lifelong confusion. Make no mistake, Allah is not offended by your questions, but He is honored by your patience. Tonight, don't repeat the dua with desperation. Repeat it with certainty. Say it knowing that acceptance does not need your timeline. And if you are listening to this and your heart feels strangely lighter, that itself may be your sign. Before you leave, I want you to do something powerful. In the comments, write this sentence honestly. I almost gave up on this dua, but I will trust Allah again. No explanations, no details, just that. You will be surprised how many people read that and feel less alone. And if this reminder spoke to you, if you want to stay connected to content that strengthens your faith, sharpens your decisions, and keeps you grounded in an Islamic lifestyle, subscribe to this channel. Stay with us because the journey with Allah does not end with one answered dua. It begins there. And remember, that dua you gave up on, Allah accepted it today.